rainy, and therefore I didn't actually get a suitable environment to have my lives the way I normally have them, between 10 to 12 to 2. So welcome on board. I hope that you'll be here watching what you're going to do. Of course, all of you know that it is a Tuesday. So Tuesday was a very rainy day. Actually, it rained dogs and cats. And we were a bit busy. You know, in the morning I took you through a walk, then later a tour, and then later through some drama, you know. That tour had the drama within it, and I really appreciate you guys. You're really supporting me. You're present during my live streams. Something that is not easy. So guys, continue standing with me because I need you people to thrive through this business. Yeah. So I hope that you'll be coming by to join me in this live stream, because without you people being present, it doesn't make sense that I'm here talking. But actually, I have a target for the month, and I'm really looking forward to have more subscribers, at least reach 3,000 for this by maybe, let's say by 15th. Let's target 3,000 subscribers, guys. So tell a friend of a friend to subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend of a friend to share the videos, and share my videos every time. And for me, I don't isolate. Whether you have negative energy or you have positive energy, welcome, welcome. Because life is not about positives only. Of course, you have to meet challenges for you to be strong. And I always allow challenges that will make me strong. And I allow also other opinions that will make me think otherwise. You know, it is always good to see people coming around and challenge you, and you're like, did I think otherwise? Am I the one thinking wrong? Then just have people thinking your way, right? Yeah, so welcome, guys. And of course, we are still, until we see ROCIO at the villa, we will still continue talking about it, you know. Personally, I'm somebody who really values family, especially if a marriage is progressing, whether it's still baby mama or girlfriend or whatever it is. I think it's worth having it maintained, right? You've heard me many times talking of that. But then I'm just wondering why Marwa is very comfortable going on with business as usual when the wife is not back to the villa. You know, I would actually want to understand something to do with what wrong did ROCIO conduct that does not allow him to at least forgive and forget and move on, you know, so that is a learning point. Of course, we've heard in the videos from that day he was actually promising this lady Flavor or somebody to book an appointment with ROCIO. Then when he was talking about the review yesterday, I watched the premiere and he was there indicating that ROCIO will be told about the vehicle so that Marwa does not have more problems with Gitriba. But so far, the entire day is gone. Of course, I expected that by now I would be seeing something from the other end. But let me check. Maybe there's something in. This street, sometimes you talk about something and you might not be so sure. Tree, come hold it for me a bit. Yeah, so you might be talking about something only to be surprised that maybe something is happening. Let me just check on his or her platform so that I see whether there's something that came in. Yeah, so from this end, yeah. Don't bend it. Yeah, like that. Alright, so welcome on board. I'm expecting a lot of you here. I know that maybe other reactors also going on. The unfortunate bit is that some people, when they see you reacting, then they think you belong to a given gang. I don't belong to any given gang. I'm just doing it, my work independently, because when I began, I never requested anybody to show me what they are doing, right? Yeah. So, Una bend sana ti. Hivyo. So guys,
Instagram stories, I had to bring it.
Yeah, so guys, I'm waiting for you to come on board, because actually when I start this, I expect you here. And maybe if you've heard something about the presence of ROCIO, let us know. There's something going on. Let me just check, because as I told you,
Please just say something, because we really don't understand why you don't talk about your family anymore. Every day you will introduce a video, you start a video, but you know, Mitoto here, if Mitoto is not feeling well, that is the news.
Teresa. Unajua sitaki kuonyesha vitu vya juu. So just hold like this and don't be forced to see, because once you bend it, it's showing the other part, it's not showing me. Just like this. Just a little bit. I'm opening something that will allow you to do what you wanna do. Yeah, so I'm just checking. I'm taking welcome. I can see 2 people here. Welcome on board. Of course, from the title, you actually estimate what I'm, or rather, Robert Bet. Hi. Welcome on board, and give me a like. Actually, this is something that we really like. So I was checking on MARWA's channel to just see what did he post, but it's still, the latest post was on the review of the Mercedes-Benz, something I watched yesterday. And I'm also checking on Roro Mama. Yeah, so guys, welcome. Wacha kutingiza. I'm checking also. Hi. How are you? I hope you're fine. Yeah, so I'm opening some files for reference purposes.
Guys, good morning. How are you?
Then let me open the last file. Then I focus on this. Welcome on board, all of you. You can give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up as we go on. I really appreciate before we begin this discussion. And of course, you can give a chat on the content of our discussion. So I was just checking to see whether there is anything from ROCIO. This lady, amazing lady. But I can't see anything she has posted yet, on her site. I can't see so far. So that tells me that she's still, from the allegedly, we better use that word. So Robert Bet, I'm still waiting for the like on my platform. Thank you so much for coming by. I can also see 4 more people on platform. Please give me a like. Support my video. Yeah. And of course, you understand that my discussion here is social, a social reaction. I'm actually interested to have ROCIO back to the villa, guys. Some people are like, you people wanted her to go away. Why would we want her to go away? I wouldn't want her to go away. With the baby in question, I think she shouldn't. And if at all the mistake she did was so wrong, then maybe if possible, let us get something maybe from Marwa telling us something like what is the way forward, because we are actually very jittery. We are jittery. Yeah, we are jittery and we are actually waiting upon her. So guys, welcome on board. And as we talk about this, I don't know what is your thought. ROCIO has been away, I think it's almost 5 days now. The visitors came in her absence. They have left in her absence because she got lost on when? Was it on a Saturday? Not even Saturday. It was Thursday. London High, welcome on board. Welcome on board. Let's keep the channel warm in our discussion today. I did some walk in the morning. I also did a tour. And later on, now I'm here doing the live. I was not able to do it during the day because I was so engaged in many other activities. But now I'm a bit of squeezing some time for now. So you'll bear with me if maybe this is too late for you. But thank you for coming by. I really appreciate your presence. And I call upon you to give me the like. I'm not seeing any like at all. So at least I should get the 10 likes for today, given that I'm going to have a live stream of about 40 minutes and you've already spent 11 minutes. So let's get to business, guys. Now it seems that Marwa has sent a message to ROCIO, allegedly. And of course, we have not read the message anywhere, but we're just reading as you know, individuals in the society. People expect that if there is a difference, especially now it's almost 5 days, you know, and we understand that ROCIO left without a plan. And many people began to talk. We had even some people contradicting, but from those who had information from the source, ROCIO left to the embassy, right? And when she left to the embassy, she wanted to live with the baby, Maisha. Then she was unable. But I don't understand why it was impossible, because in the long run, if she needed maybe mental comfort, she would just get it, right? She would definitely get it, because I don't think a child who is below that age, 18 years, can be maybe prevented from traveling with the mother because the father has not given the consent, you know. Yeah, so of course we have had very hot reactions from different people, including Coco Mama, BBTV, and the rest of them. We've also had reactions from Mora, Mary TV, Dr. Philip has not actually reacted yet on the same, but I saw this other fella, Zach having reacted, and he was kind of just attacking those who are saying that ROCIO has had a conflict with Marwa, you know. So, what's up? What's up? Because we are actually still asking a lot of questions. We are still waiting to see when does Marwa think of going back. Because yesterday I saw when the review was being done and he was like, we will be leaving, and I was like, okay, so if they are leaving, then they are going to maybe receive or bring back ROCIO. And I was so happy that finally she was coming back to the villa, because that absence, especially for a content creator, I know it's a great loss. 5 days without making any content, and so people are not following her. I think it's a loss, even financially. That's my thought, you know. So I thought that there should be a solution that will bring back her, you know, her flow, or rather her vibe, you know. But up to now, there is nothing. And in the village, things are going on as normal. In the first place, we saw yesterday MARWA and their crew walking to the court. I think you saw that in Davis' video and Gintu's video. I saw that. Maybe I can go back to this. So it's so ironical that a family man would be enjoying this Mercedes 4Ts, you know, going about business as usual when the wife is missing. And yet, the person who was actually blamed loudly on camera is very comfortable going about business. In fact, he was being taught one or two things about the car, right? Let's just check that video. Of course, it was not even Baby Junior, it was MWANGO herself. Yeah, so guys, don't let me down. I'm really calling upon you to come by the and watch. Yeah, I think it was this video here. Guys, if you remember the video, you can also update me, because I'm looking for that part where MWANGO's driving alongside the brother to go to court, you know. All right, so thank you guys. I was waiting upon you because I can't speak to myself, but I at least wait for one person or two or three to come by, then I'll speak. So thank you so much for your presence, and you can actually give a like to the video as we proceed to this. So guys, there is one thing that surprises me when somebody is rich, but they are not interested in maintaining family. And yet, at one point, they've already picked to have it. You know, there's a difference between one person who chooses not to have a family totally, and they just don't have it, and they don't want it. And that is their choice, you know. Benson Ngishape, I'm from Kenya. What about you? Welcome on board. London, where did you go? Robert Beth, where did you go? Welcome back. So, Ngishape, I said Kenya, 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 Kenya. So I'm talking from Kenya and I'm handling matters to do with Kenya. That is Nyabohanse. Munyijiwak. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. So here we are doing a reaction, actually, a discussion surrounding a family of travelers, great travelers in Africa. The Embrace, who has traveled 70 countries, and the brother, Justice Kimeli, welcome on board. Welcome on board, and give me a like. Actually, you people, when you come here, remember to give me a like, thumbs up on the video. You see that thumbs up there? Give me a like, thumbs up there. Everybody who has come on board, I can't see any thumbs up yet, and yet there have been so many people here coming, you know. So give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. One person has given me. I'm still waiting for more thumbs up from more fans, because I can see so many people here. London, Gishabe, Simon, Kimeli. All right. Thank you so much, Munyiwak. Thank you so much for being the top fan #1. and for giving me a like. I'm still waiting for more likes because I can see that people there are more than the likes. So continue giving more likes as we go through this discussion. So if I ask you people, what makes it so difficult for people who are rich? Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure to actually have people coming by and watching the video. Now, what makes it so difficult for somebody who is rich, extraordinarily rich, to just maybe amend, or rather seek apology, or maybe sort differences between maybe them and the family, especially husband and wife? What makes it so difficult? I wanted you to tell me that, people. I'm waving hi. Okay, Adam Obama says pride. All right, a good answer. So pride makes it such. And why should someone be proud in a way that they can't actually settle down and reconcile, when in reality maybe they are brands, and these brands, people are really following them? In my situation, I'm talking about two guys. I think most of you have followed up MARWA. MARWA is one of the greatest travelers in the world. He has a lot of following, about 504 subscribers, you know. And he's married to an Argentina lady known as ROCIO Cabrera. She has about, is it 40,000 subscribers? So then, these people have a conflict. Of course, it came up on camera, you know. I don't know why they recorded it partly. And then the lady kind of moved out of the villa. So, of course, fans love them in terms of watching their, you know, their videos. And the guy went on with a lot of fun with friends who brought him a Mercedes for Matix, a vehicle that is about 14 million, I believe. And the review was done. They celebrated everything. They even enjoyed their drinks, the goat, in her absence. Now, it has taken almost 5 days, and he's not even concerned about talking about her, or rather telling her to come back. Of course, rumor says, or rumor has it, that people who came to try and settle the differences were given conditions. Like, the man was supposed to adhere to the, you know, to the conditions. But I now get it from Adam Obama that pride makes him not to want to, you know, bow and, you know, like apologize or something. Look at that at the same time here. Yeah, so there was some, look at that at the same time here. Yeah, so there was some kind of disruption here, but I'm sorry. I'm back. So Adam said pride does it. And of course I agree. And many of us feel like MARWA is a kind of proud African guy. I don't know whether the whites experience the same. Maybe I have some of the people who watch me from America, Jamaica, Sydney, Germany, and elsewhere. Does the same thing happen in such countries, you know? So guys, I'm so sorry there was some disconnection, but I think I've amended. So guys, I'm so sorry there was some disconnection, but I think I've amended it. I didn't work on that earlier. I'm so sorry. So guys, thank you so much for your presence. And as we go on with this discussion, I hope we're still on that aspect. And I'll be checking on my computer because somehow, once the disconnection happens, I can't even see the chats. I can't even see who is chatting, or rather contributing towards the topic. So let me go to the computer and check there, so that in case somebody posts something, I'll be checking there to see what they are posting. Or else, hey, you may think I'm neglecting, or rather ignoring what you are saying, but unfortunately, once the phone disconnects and connects, I can't see whatever is happening. Yeah, so let me be checking here on this platform. So when you walk, Simon says, yo, I've got to, but I love this live stream. Thank you so much for liking the live stream. But as long as you've given the like, no problem. So consider also subscribing to the channel if you're not a member. And finally, YouTube monetized my channel. So I'm so appreciative to you people for being here always. So you can also consider to be a member on the membership aspect or also on packs. Some of the packs will only be for members, you know, so that whenever I do them, you are up to date. You know, some packs will be focused towards educational, others specific reactions, and other specific topics of educational, because I do variety. I don't focus only on reaction. I do reaction, I do educational, I do entertainment, and at the same time, I do talks, you know, just picking a topic and talking about it. So the packs that will be going forward for members on the other side, when they are not open, like Premier or for members only, you can actually become part of the members, because YouTube finally monetized my channel. I had some challenges here and there because of some 1-2 thing there, but I'm happy to announce to you people that yesterday it became a success, and I'm so proud of those who always support me, those who are always present here. So Adam Obama said that pride makes people not want to settle their disputes, and he said he may have given up, or he was disrespected, or he is just proud. I think this is an ambiguous scenario. There can be many circumstances. Actually, if you look at what happened, Adam, if you didn't check the videos, because I normally follow these people. I follow MARWA, I follow ROCIO, I also follow even the sisters, because they are a family of YouTubers. And generally, they come from a setting of Nyabohanse, where almost everybody is making it in life because of YouTube. So these guys, one thing is that this guy has almost 500,000, you know, followers. And he's very popular. So many people, in fact, go to his villa for shout-outs. But there are some negative aspects about them here and there, some gaps, you know. You know, sometimes when you become so popular, you can have gaps, either you're ignoring or whatever it is. And that is why some people like us come in to just talk about it and wish that things would be better, you know. Now, when you look at the interaction, Marwa is a kind of man who always advocates for African men, you know, a patriarchal society. So Adam Obama, if you understand what it means by a patriarchal society, it is men who talk, men who have to say, men who have to be apologized to, men who are always right. Are you getting? So it seems that from Marwa's point of view, women should be low. But now, unfortunately, he's married to an Argentinian. And the culture clash is just too much, because possibly in Argentina, it's a different situation. Of course, this lady does not even like cooking. She always says she doesn't like cooking. She says it herself. We don't say it for her. She always says she doesn't like the village, you know. There's a time she went for a tour to London, and she kept saying that she wishes that she was in London, you know. And so the conflict that started around here was around a vehicle. This guy has a very, very big vehicle. I'll be showing you very soon in the videos here. And so that vehicle actually was scratched on the road during a conjoined, you know, progress of creating a road for the village. So what happened is that after that, we never saw the wife again. And of course, rumors came up that some people had seen the wife in Nairobi, wishing to run away to Argentina and all that. So up to now, it is more of, you know, people are gathering information from different sources. And so far, they know that she's in a B&B with a son. You know, they have a son of almost 9 months. So now the person who actually scratched the vehicle, the driver, the family driver, has been forgiven so far. And we can see them together in most of the videos that he's making. Though today we have not seen any video out yet. And even though he had promised that he would pick her, and of course it's almost 5 days. 5 days are too many, you know, for such people who are brands to continue having a lengthy conflict, if at all they focus towards staying together. And in some few situations within his videos, he's suggesting an aspect of talking about the wife, but just one sentence or so in a whole 1 hour video. So then, I wonder whether the pride is necessary here. You know, I actually don't understand whether pride is still necessary here. Because would you actually let your child continue staying with the mother in a B&B in a city somewhere almost 700 kilometers away, instead of sorting the problem and actually settling back together, or whatever it is, the decision, the final decision has to be made. So I don't know whether Adam Obama, you've got the context of the situation now so that we can continue. So the continuation is here now. So far, because we don't have any video from MARWA yet today, maybe he will be making one tonight. Let's hope so. And we hope that ROCIO will be also back to the village also, to the villa. Because when she posted the message yesterday, she said she's not in the village, she's not in the villa, and she's feeling unwell. But of course, we understood that that is a mild way of just communicating or getting back to the people who are trying to reach her, because some people have her number. And maybe some are even getting her number through other friends, you know, or the so-called fans. One day, MWANGO called them, the people who really show themselves as if they are so concerned, you know. Yeah. So guys, let's now get back to our discussion, you know, and see what we have to see. Now guys, meanwhile, I'll be skipping through that and now going to the cases, to the cases that were unraveling. Of course, the major case was the case of MURIMI as the plaintiff against the Mogesi's family after the beating that MURIMI received. Of course, I said very well in most of my videos that I don't advocate for physical abuse. You know, physical confrontations are the worst thing. It's more of a society that is uncivil. But a society that is civilized, people need to talk, and if they can't settle the dispute, they can bring in a mediator to sort their problems. Now, unfortunately, it came about that MURIMI was really beat, beat like a drum. And MWANGO had to assist. Of course, we saw in my video that I did yesterday that he had to be taken for massage. Luckily, he did not have any fracture. And so they went to court. Now, when they were going to court, MWANGO was so excited. You know, like they have this beef that has been going on for long, with the Mogesi trying to prevent them to use the road. And so, when she got an opportunity to actually file a case against MURIMI, she was so excited, you know, so excited. Of course, we don't advocate the fact that Mogesi's family landed on MURIMI and almost beat him up. But the reality is that it's not always okay, again, to sort problems through courts if you can settle it from home. If they were to settle and have him treated, it could be another act, you know, and a better way of communicating. And then on camera, let's see this. On camera, this is what MWANGO was saying on the previous day.
Yeah, sure. Where do you want to go? There has been such.
Not all toothpastes are made equal. This advancement will interfere, but we understand that.
Such a hectic day. Again, we went back to the police station, and now, you know what happened? The Matiko's family, that is the CEO of Gilas, the guy that doesn't want to see anybody progressing. What he did is he went announced in church that one of our members has been arrested, and they were there pleading, please let him out, let him out. And I was like, they nearly killed Murimi. They nearly killed Murimi just because construction materials are going to my construction site. And I was asking them, why are you people an enemy of progress? Why? Why? Why are you doing that to me? And they're like, oh, we're gonna tell him that's not okay. We know his character. Uncle Mo is here, go.
Yeah, so when you see that lady, she's working in the village, in that village I'm talking about, and she's actually jubilant that she has finally arrested a family, of course 3 of them, and put them in a cell. Of course, choices have consequences. When you choose a wrong path, you'll always face the consequences. But maybe what is the intention? Because the motive is what I'm looking at here. Whatever she did might be right, but what was her motive? Her motive is to teach a lesson to this family. She's calling them the kings of jealousy. Now, I think many people have to understand also the enmity that started between this family and the Mogesis. If you actually go back to the videos that Mogesi posted when he finished Form 4, he was a young boy, and one of the things that sent them out of that specific villa was that in a moment of excitement, a content creator, sometimes you just find excitement in most of the things. And sometimes some of may be disastrous, but you may find yourself creating content on them, just randomly. So they did make content on the villa when there was flooding. The villa in the swamp, the villa that belongs to the brother to MWANGO, that is Marwa's villa, was flooded while he was abroad. And they were the ones in this home, both Mogesi and Gintu. And so they went about making content about it and posting. Yet, Marwa always wants that if any content comes from the villa, he should be the first to post. We have seen him most of the times telling people, don't post before I do. Yeah, so you get the tingle now for those who did not understand everything. So since then, when these guys were sent away from the villa, of course, there is that enmity, that hostility that was created between the two. And since at that time, we've seen that they always counter each other in one way or the other. They counter each other. So, of course, Mogesi it lives near a path that is not actually legalized as a route in this village. But then on mutual agreement, people can use a path and or route, because everybody, whether it's Mogesi themselves or MWANGO, would want to use it. So they blocked the route so that it's not materials that are going to MWANGO's construction site do not go. Then MURIMI, I think, was a bit protective or defensive of MWANGO, and they landed on him and beat him, I always say when I see a war and I'm not strong enough, I would rather run. Hey, we say in Kenya, Murife, run. I wouldn't stand around and wait to be beaten the way Murimi was beaten. So, of course, now MWANGO got that opportunity to prove to the Mogesis that finally they will have to see what they'll see. Unfortunately, when they arrived in court, things turned round. First of all, the prosecutor, or rather the lawyer was like, we are just doing a mention of the case. Because somehow, MWANGO was so excited that they are going to have the case, sorted so fast and these people will be jailed. That was her thought. Unfortunately, things in Kenya don't happen that way. Let's see here. While they're in the vehicle with DEE, this is what she was saying.
Yeah, they used to call us a family with donkeys because that used to be our car, guys.
Yeah, the donkey. But God has been so good. Thank God, guys. Congratulations, bro. You want to watch this? All you want to do is win, win, win.
Win, win, win.
What God has given you, nobody can take. That's the truth. I want to change the seat, so it's being worked on as we speak.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Maybe I won't even be here, but David Junior will show you guys. Yeah.
So let's keep going. Congratulations to our brother. Like, it's a big win for the family. Yeah, German cars only, guys.
This is a German car, mister.
This one?
This
Guys,
is American car.
guys, the convertible, is it an American or a German? Let us get to know. I've never used
Or
it.
it's Japanese.
No. This is not a
Or
Japanese.
it's Chinese.
No. It's not. Slowly.
Yeah, I'm used to driving the BMW, so when I'm driving this, yeah, I feel like.
Alright, guys, the video
Continues.
See you.
I'm going to check on
Alright.
All right, so let's get to that part when they were going to court.
But an enemy of progress, that
So you've heard it, right? So I think she was doing out of the aspect of more of revenge, or rather punishing them, making them understand that they are nothing, you know. So the motive was the problem here. Maybe arresting them is not actually the problem, but the motive is the problem. And she goes by in the village to say that. And unfortunately, they also go to the same church, possibly. That is what I'm just sensing from here. Not very sure though. Don't come here sacrificing me because I said this.
hustle like boss, live like a queen. This is Doreen.
Thank you so much, Dee, for hosting me for your channel. My God bless you so much.
All right. I'm getting, I have this sneezing because of the cold sometimes. Guys, tell me how to prevent yourself from sneezing because of cold. I'm so allergic to cold that I wonder if I go to these countries during winter, how would I survive, you know? I get to sneeze a lot. I get to sneeze a lot, yeah. So let's get to somewhere. There was a video I wanted us to play also. This family while going to court. Where is this? Is it 22 hours ago?
Watch.
Density is a tool to record your DJ set and master it after. Density connects to DJ decks to record a set, rather than recording.
And telling somebody off does not mean you hate this person. It simply means there's boundary. It simply means, let me say my truth. There's no need of harboring hatred or truth when you let people miss the track. And it's the thing that I love with Amar. He will always say and tell you, then the truth itself shall set him free. That is it. And I love it big time. So guys, it never stopped from there. Because we all see the celebration. The celebration was fine. You know?
Yeah, so guys, all of you understand what happened was that during the court mentioning, of course, this family, generally, the way they arrived, I hope I'll find that video. I'm finding it tough to actually get it very fast. You know, I did download a lot of videos until not getting that very video that I wanted to check on. But remember, when they went in court, MWANGO is planning to go abroad, remember? Possibly to USA or somewhere, Poland. So she was like, she wants to rush the case, you know, because her motive was to make sure that these people are arrested and jailed as soon as possible. But I've dealt with cases also. And in Kenya, when you are handling a case, sometimes that's why people don't want to go for cases. Why? They might take the entire time. They'll go for mentioning, they'll go for the second, they'll go for the third. And if one person misses in court, nothing happens, guys. Nothing. That's what I know about cases in Kenya. And somehow, that is how the prosecution process sometimes takes a long time and really irritates some people. Some people decide not to follow it. Because for how long will you be going for those court sessions? Now, remember, the case is supposed to be, the complainant is supposed to be MURIMI. You know, allegedly. Not even allegedly, that is the situation. Unfortunately, MURIMI himself is not stable. He's a drunkard, right? But given that he sold land to DeMwango is now taking over the case, and her motive is to actually a revenge mission, kinda. Because she feels like the Mogesi family must learn. They must learn. They must learn, you know? And I don't think these people are going to learn soon, because all that happens around this village, if you have been watching their videos, it's about a fight, a kind of fight. And the best way to teach them is not actually through that, even though what they did was wrong, you know. But celebrating that they are finally being arrested, I don't think that was suitable in any way. But just making them go in, and then maybe a case goes on and things are sorted, especially towards MURIMI's satisfaction. That was the thing, because he was the one who was beaten. But DeMwango is just coming in because he's saying they are kings of jealousy. We don't miss people who are jealous. Let me assure you, if you are here and you are trying to think that for whatever you do, everybody will be happy about you, forget. I don't think so. Actually, I've experienced life whereby you can even think the closest person to you is happy about what you are doing. Until you'll be surprised. There are very few people who are genuine. And actually, actions speak louder than words. Some people will be like, hey, we are so happy for you. Thank you so much. Yeah, good us. But the reality is that they are not happy for you. They are not. In fact, it's better somebody who is telling you, yeah, you bought this computer, but I think it was a poor model. Next time you're buying, you should think of buying such and such. Then somebody who says, yeah, good us, you bought a good one. Now, you now become rich. Most people will tell you that they're just doing it to flatter you. There's a difference between flattering or flirting and, massaging your ego. Many people actually just massage other people's egos. They'll tell them what you've done is very right. But then, it is very important for somebody to look beyond today or tomorrow and look beyond and see whether this is a solution indeed, a wise solution. So when I look at these cases that are actually standing between Mogesi and DeMwango and MURIMI, I don't think the solution is in this witch hunting, or rather the fights they are still creating. A better solution should be in maybe them using the Council of Elders or any other person to settle their differences. But this aspect of them revenging, calling each other names on camera, the way I see Mogesi calling shenanigans, calling themselves some sort of animals, all these people have a problem. Both Mogesi and DeMwango and maybe the likes, they have a problem, a serious problem. Because they come from the same village. Why the hell should they keep, building drama for us? I don't see why that should be happening. And why should they have motives to hurt each other? Like now Mogesi is saying, what if I fence that road? But now when he fences, will he not need that road? On the other hand, when DeMwango now makes sure that he punishes them and they are jailed, if one of them will remain, will she ever use that road? I don't think so. So I don't know whether you're getting me. Anybody who is understanding what I'm saying here. Yeah. So I'm not defending any of them, and I don't think their decisions are wise in any way for both of them. However, choices have consequences. Let them choose their own choices. I heard in one video, Marwa saying that I'll buy all those lands so that now the roads will all be in my land. And I was like, oh, it's about to go down, you know? It's about to go down. Katia anko ugali peleke. Asini, nianza kujipikia kelele hapo. Yeah, so guys, so what happened? Let's go back to what I want to show. And then I'll be actually showing something from another person's video. I just saw another reactor and I wanted to show you what the, of course, let's play that one first before we go on. So guys, this is what happened. Just listen to this.
DVD. I was in DVD. So MURIMI told me that, you know what, I've been arrested here. And so the person.
Yeah, so guys, what happened is that when these people arrived in the Mercedes formatics in court in a style, it happened that MURIMI, who was the claimant, or rather the complainant, was being rearrested for another case, allegedly that he had forgotten was pending. That is how funny life is. So, of course, MWANGO had spent some money to first of all treat MURIMI, then arrest the three, that is the uncle plus, I don't know, the other two. And now, she was actually waiting for them to pay back because that is what she said the last time they were at the massage at the border. But then, it happened that the case was just being mentioned. That's what happened actually in the legal process in Kenya. You don't just go for a court, then you are fined. And especially when people say we did not do it. It is just a mentioning. And most of the times, people don't say they did it. For most cases that I've seen in Kenya, it's very rare to find somebody who just goes in court and says, I did it. I don't know about other situations or other countries. I've been watching some documentaries about US and all that. And of course, I've seen situations where people just find lawyers to talk for them and twist around the subject. And at the end of the day, they come out clean, even if they were wrong, you know. So, what happened is that Gintu, who is always called the village mouse, of course, because he wanted to make the first impression on news about the case, was at the court. And he discovered that there's also a pending case for him. And he ran away. He had to run away because he realized that once MURIMI was rearrested, now someone would have remembered his case and he would be arrested. But his Cobra and filming machines, of course, were taken, for those of you who know. So what happens here now is MURIMI is rearrested. And MWANGO had again to pay 70,000 shillings. What a loss. What a loss. Let's listen to this.
The Bible, but she's like, no. You forgot. I almost so shocked that they still practice because Kenyan men, they create it's Chris. Oh, really? Let me check. It's Chris the Great. It's the Great. They doubled exactly.
Being called is just a stick. Then you bend that stick, you put a rope, then you use an arrow. I'm going to do that for you. He said, we are going to start another case because you people, you threaten me now, the man who has been arrested here. He threatened me that he will kill me with the uta. Uta, I don't know how it's being called. It's just a stick.
Uta is a bow and arrow.
Then you bend that stick, you put a rope, then you use an arrow. I'm going to do that for you. And you, Chris, you're being used. Now me, nobody has said anybody. I'm just here to check my uncle to make sure that he's safe. Then I leave. So that's what is now is going on here. But guys, so Gintu ran away. I've just called Gintu. Where are you? So that you can get a content. Dog.
So you know.
Yeah, so you understand the Tingo. Gintu ran away because he had threatened somebody at one point to hit them with the bow, because he was to be arrested and he was making content. On the other hand, Murimi was rearrested and he was fined 70,000 shillings, Kenyan shillings, which MWANGO had to pay. Yeah. And these people arrived in style. I don't know why that video has refused to appear here. That video has refused to appear here, but I can play from Coco Mama's end. This is actually how they arrived in court. In a Mercedes Formatis. Of course, I'll know it in case I get it. If I don't, please forgive me. That picture represents how they arrived in court. And I had that video. I just don't know why it's not appearing, you know. So it's unfortunate that these people don't live as neighbors at all. And even they don't practice the religion we always hear at all. You know, all of them, they don't. Whether it is Mogesi's family or MWANGO's family, they don't practice religion. That aspect of forgive 70 by 70% is none of their business. It's just a quote in the Bible. The aspect of love your neighbors, you love yourself, it's none of their business, you know. And do to others as you would want to be done unto you. It's also another story that they have just heard about it, but they don't practice. So it's unfortunate, and I don't know how they plan to actually settle their scores, because it seems to be a war that will go endlessly. And of course, tables turn. Just as we have seen in that video, MWANGO saying that they used to be called a horse family because, not horse actually, but donkey family, because the only vehicle they had in the family was donkey. And now they have German machines only in the family. What about Mogesi if it happens that they also get to grow up and have things later in life? What will happen? Yeah. So that is what I just wonder as an individual in my perspective. That's what I just wonder. And even for Mogesi. Mogesi is just a student who finished school the other day. And of course, at one point he was working for MARWA before what happened, as I've told you, did happen. So then, what will happen if he continues doing what he's doing and he's very young? He doesn't even have a family. What will happen? You know? That is one thing that I feel that these people need a lot of rehabilitation. They need a lot of rehabilitation because they have no emotional intelligence. They have no, you know, the intelligence itself, they are misusing it, you know. Opportunities around them, they are also abusing them. Like money becomes a tool of fighting, while on the other hand, physical strength becomes a tool of usage, you know. So the intimidation process within this village is just on another level. I've not seen that yet. We don't say that where we come from we don't have challenges, but this kind of challenges, we've not seen them from where we sit. Never. So let's also check on something. There's an interesting scripture I saw from somebody, another reactor. I saw another reactor here.
Tell the people, I mean, you come and say, hey guys, here's ROCIO, my wife, or whatever he called her. Wife,
what's happening on that podcast?
And yeah, he's Mitoto, Maisha, my son. And if there's something that I of interest, then as we know, Marwa is an open book, so 89. So she's stuck right now there, and now Marwa now is like, now you're gonna.
Yeah, now listen to this, because I'm collecting some information also from other reactors. This is what I actually heard from JT podcast, talking about the aspect of ROCIO being stranded in Nairobi. And the stranded here is not that she, you know, sometimes women are emotional and they expect also you take care of their emotions. Close that door. Is it open, or why is that noise coming here? So guys, sometimes we need to be pampered, you know. We need to be pampered. So when I talk about ROCIO here, I'm thinking as a woman. Maybe as a man, you as my subscribers who are men, you can tell me otherwise. What is your thought? If you have a difference between you and your wife or girlfriend, would you actually make her comfortable so that you settle back to your relationship? Because actually, it is sometimes difficult for a woman to make the first move and apologize, unless they are seriously the ones who offended you. But if there was just a difference, and we saw how it started, the husband was shouting on the road, and I'm very sure when it went to the house, it went to another level. So we expect at this point as women to be pampered. So when she ran away and maybe she got to Nairobi and these people got to know, just having the mediators calling her was not enough. Possibly she was expecting that Marwa would also go about and reach to her. And also being an Argentinian, she's not an African. Even African women, when they also run away from their homes or they have differences and maybe go back to their parents, who makes the first move? Most times it is the husband, either calling or having people to go there and plead with her, or even him going there and saying that, yeah, we had these differences, but I'm taking my wife back. Isn't that what happens? And of course, I saw yesterday someone commenting on my my chat that they are very sorry for ROCIO, because ROCIO is also in a distant relationship. Her home is kilometers away. Argentina is very far from Kenya. So of course she had a difficulty even getting there, and she has very limited friends. Because one thing, what I've seen around this family, the one who has so many friends that are within the village, genuine friends, maybe I would say it's Devi, and I'm not very sure. I can't be 100% sure. But when you look at Marwa, he was complaining even the other day about his friends. And the same friends are the friends of Devi. So you can't tell me they can be very deep friends of Marwa, at the same time deep friends of Devi. It's either way. So he was also complaining about Nasto, he was complaining about Mayugno, he was complaining about who else? Nico Puda, no. Nico Puda is not his friend. So you can actually see that there is no close friend to ROCIO. And if there is any, maybe she would opt for somebody like Gabi, because she's a fellow white, you know, at least from a distance. You know, like if I go to America today and I meet a person from Congo, from Nigeria, Niger, I would say they are my brothers or sisters, right? Because we come from the same land. And so for ROCIO in this village, the only person she relates with is Gabi, who actually is stuck in this village also as a Muzungu, living a desperate life within this village. And that is the only person she ran to. They went to the embassy. They were unable to get their way out, whatever way. I don't know if the mediators worked it out and promised her that Marwa would be coming for her. That is just what I think. So up to today, I'm hoping, and I'm really hoping that she'll be coming home, because she said she's unwell. I don't know whether that message was to seek the attention of Marwa. As I said, women, we like being pampered, you know. And whatever status a man has, that pride is not worth it in a family. If he really loves his family the way we see him saying, me toto, me toto, me toto all the time, and calling her mom, yes mom, mom, then we should be expecting that he should be actually bringing her back soon. Now let's check on this. Let's check on this.
You're gonna have a taste of your own medicine. You're gonna feel the heat because you're ill. You acted desperate. Listen to this.
Like you. Yeah. So I use this app with this intention, and I also like the dates that I was going out. Also, I was like choosing to meet people like during the day.
So I use that app, that is dating app, Rumble, Bumble, whatever they call it. So I used to go to dates with the other men, and when I saw Maru,
maybe for a coffee or to eat something for lunch. Yeah, maybe dinner, but not too much, you know. I wasn't like, if you invite me to a party, I would say no, you know, like that. When you notice there is another intention, you know.
Yeah. That's a lie. If you could go to regular party, coffee and stuff, the only thing he said is a party, that's one I agree. All right. But, you know, that one right there, Maro makes this kind of videos, how we met. There's a whole list of how we met videos. And he makes this video intentionally to just make you publicly say that you were cheap. You was cheap. You presented yourself to me. You made your move. You actually looked for me. I didn't come crying for you or to you. I didn't come begging you. You came to me. So anytime you feel like you're not comfortable, don't even make a noise. Just bounce. Just go, because nobody cares. Okay? You, just like you came to me, bounce. You see? So you reached out to Mara on an app.
But I was really looking forward, like,
she never said anything about baby. Maybe she left. Maybe baby is with a con mom, or maybe whatever. So I'm just gonna wait and see how it goes, how it's gonna play. So I don't know. Not gonna say. Maybe this thing has been cooking for a long time, and now it's coming to play. Ask the Lord for a man of my truth. They're gonna come there and instruct magistrates and tell the court.
Yeah, so guys, there are so many lessons I gathered from these videos today. One thing is that you can't use your motive to push a system. Like Kenya has a specific system. We know that sometimes people use money to do what they want to do, but it's not necessarily that it will happen. Now, of course, MWANGO was doing her thing, maybe for MURIMI, and she was trying to show to the public that she was doing it for the goodness of MURIMI. But the reality is that her intentions and her motives came out. The way she was laughing, and even when they are in this car, I don't know why I'm not getting that video. In that video, she was like, yeah, they have to be taught a lesson. The kings of jealousy. And I was like, okay, you said that they beat MURIMI, and because they thought the materials were going to MURIMI's place, that they thought MURIMI has now received a lot of support, and they thought they should beat him up. Of course, we didn't see any fracture at the end of the day after you people went to this hospital at the border. So when you claim that they almost wanted to kill him, that one I disagree, because if they wanted to unalive him, they would have done so. The reality is that in Nyambohanse, for those people who have been watching, some people may be coming here to react very fast, but the reality is that I've been watching a lot of conflict in this village, and whether it's verbal abuse or sometimes confrontation. Yilmaz, hi. Yilmaz, I'm very sorry. Yilmaz, hi. I'm so sorry that I didn't see. As I told you, my phone was disconnected a bit, and therefore I could not see it. Now I'm checking on the computer, and I can actually see Yilmaz came here. I'm so sorry. I actually didn't respond. Yilmaz, this is Prissy for you. Prissy. This is Prissy. Then establish Alibi. Hi. You said, did I interrupt your dinner? No. When we are doing live streams, we do as we eat, we do as we drink, you know. We know that it's a long, long one. So we always do as we eat. We pause and look for videos. So possibly I just didn't see your messages because I was maybe looking for a video or maybe eating. And again, my phone, as I can tell you, I'm using the phone to record. And I'm also using the computer to show some videos. So while I was possibly looking at the phone, I couldn't see your chat because the phone had some disconnection at some point, and once it disconnects, even when you connect back, it cannot show you the chat. So I'm just looking at the computer and I've realized that you are on, you know, you are online and you are chatting. So thank you so much, Ilmaz. Big up to you. Thank you, Establish Alibi. Don't forget to give me a like. Guys, I'm looking for 10 likes and I'm still at 2. Hey, 2 out of 10. That is below average, right? Do you want me to go with below average or below expectation? So guys, give me more likes. Really, give me more likes. Yeah, so let's get to understand, or anybody can ask a question. I can, I'm seeing the video. I can't type, just keep it. Thank you so much. 3 out of 10. I'm still below average, but thank you so much for somebody who has listened and gave me a like. I don't know whether it's Established or Yilmaz. I am Lucy. Welcome to the house. Welcome to the house. Actually, I am Lucy. Finally, I've been monetized. You know, I was struggling. I started YouTube long ago, but I think consistency and also earlier on, there were some videos that were called reused, and I had to delete a lot of my videos and take another 1 year before I was monetized. So I'm Lucy. I'm actually happy that I was monetized yesterday. And in fact, I'll be looking forward to moderators who will be controlling my messages, responding to some of my people. And I know I am Lucy, you do that job greatly. I've seen you doing it on trending. I've also seen you doing it on other platforms. So I'll really be appreciative. In case you get to see that is good, I'll be appreciative. So thank you so much. And I'm so happy. And I'm hoping that the goal of actually attaining 3,000 subscribers by 15th of next month will be achievable for me. And I'm fighting through consistency. Though today I was unable to do more videos the way I normally do, but at least I've done, I did some short videos in the morning. In fact, they were live streams. I did some walk from home to work. I also did some other video there while at work to just show around the place. And now I'm doing this live stream and I'm like, oh, God, change these people in Nyabohanse. Especially these people who have money, because if people have money and they have dark hearts, hey, it becomes a very dangerous thing. So, Lucy, remember to give me a like. I have 3 out of 10. My target today was to have 3 likes. 10 likes. I'm sorry. I wanted to have 10 likes, but I just have 3 out of 10. So I'm still requesting for more likes. Hey, wewe. Funga hapa na urudishe hapa. Yeah. Wewe, usifunge hiyo guy. Wewe, what are you doing? Move it a bit. Yeah, you click at the center. Yeah, so thank you. I am Lucy for celebrating with me. Okay, thank you so much. So I know I'll be having 4 likes very soon. Yeah, so guys, I have a goal to actually achieve 3,000 subscribers by 15th of August, and I hope you will enhance me in this, actually sharing my videos and encouraging other people whom you know to also follow me up. And sometimes also maybe coming to my live streams, because I've really liked this aspect of live streams. Sometimes they save your space, and they also allow you to interact with the audience and you know, speak just your mind without straining. Sometimes in the videos you edit and really do a lot of work. I know it comes out very super, And when we are off work, like in August, I may try to also do videos. But when you are at work, sometimes you don't have that time or privilege to do much of that. So thank you so much, Lucy, for your support. And Yilmaz, you are always here to watch my live streams. And Establish Alibi, you've been here. And I told you that you did not interrupt my dinner. When you are doing live streams, sometimes you just eat as you do it, you know. And the question is, what will happen to these people who have a lot of money in Nyabohanse and they now use their money as a tool to intimidate, you know? However much people will come here saying that, didn't the young boy mess? Yeah, they messed. We may agree that they messed. But then, if they did mess, is the only solution in running to court. And then DEE MWANGO came to the street celebrating and saying that I want to teach this king of jealousy family, the Matikos. They are the king of jealousy in this village. And I was like, okay, a lot of people are jealous. Whether we like it or not, even in our families, even inside our families, some people will be there to tell you we are so happy for you. But the reality is that they are not. Will you kill them? Will you? You can't kill them. But you just make a situation whereby they understand that your success is also their success. Are you getting? Like now, I saw Mogesi now also coming up with a video and saying that I'm going to fence that road and we'll see where they pass. You see? So such enmity becomes a very difficult situation. Like people just hitting at each other. Now, looking at the court situation, after DEE MWANGO went around and was celebrating that they are finally going to be taught a lesson, I don't think these people will be taught a lesson. Personally, when you want to teach me a lesson by actually making me suffer, you won't teach me a lesson. Are you getting? And I think this applies to any of you. If anyone wants to teach a lesson through punishment, whether it's through an economic loss or whatever, physical loss, even the Mogesi's family, why did they even decide to teach a lesson to Murimi by beating? I wish these people should be more civilized, because this is one of the villages we are seeing that is growing, and they are also attracting international audience. They are also attracting, you know, a following from people who would actually admire their life. And of course, if you are an example, or rather a typical example to many people, there are so many people, things that you should consider. However much we see DEE MWANGO always saying that, I live my life, I don't want to be like other people, I am me, I try to be me. Of course, yesterday she was like, for me, no, I don't joke with people. They have to feel me. They can't do that to me. They did that to MURIMI because they know that he's a joke, you know. And I was like, oh my God. All right. Coming up on camera and bragging like that is not a good idea. Because, of course, it will be proving something. What some people are saying that these police stations are owned by. Thank God that during the court case, what the prosecutor did or the lawyer was something very different. And I saw some people encouraging the Mogesis, get a lawyer, get a lawyer. You see, such will now be an animalistic environment. These people will keep fighting, and I don't know who will save them. So thank you so much, guys. I've got now 4 out of 10. At least I'm approaching expectation. Thank you so much. I hope that by the time I'm finishing this live stream, I'll have 10 out of 10. Because my target of likes was 10. So, Lucy, what happened at the mentioning of the case was that DEE MWANGO was targeting these people to be immediately put in jail. However, when she heard that they have said that it's mentioning and next time they should come for another moment, and they mention a date that she did not feel comfortable with, and she was like, I'll not be in Kenya, I'll be to US. The prosecutor was like, okay, it's right, you can go there and greet the the whites and the White House and also Trump, but I also go to US, but that is the day, you know. Like in Kenya, what happens, a case does not just start and then the verdict is called, most of the times, because I also have attended cases just to learn, and cases that I also had relatives going through. The first aspect of a case happens, they go and mention. And these people have to say whether they are guilty or not. And they are told if you are not guilty, you can pay this as cash bail. So what happened is that the three people were asked to pay 10,000 each, 10,000 Kenyan shillings each, so that they be released. And then they'll come back on a different date to continue with the case. Now that is when they'll have to, you know, be told whether there is a fine to pay or something like that, or whether they found it guilty. And during that mentioning, unfortunately, Murimi did not know that somebody was waiting on him in the same court. So somebody possibly alarmed the person who had taken him to court once. And then the person came and said, yeah, this is the guy who was never arrested. So what happened is they had to ask for 70,000 shillings, Kenyan shillings. And because Murimi does not have that sort of money, DEE MWANGO again had to dip down the pocket that she always says, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. She could not now buy the 70 bags of cements with that money. Instead, she had to pay to that guy whom Murimi had owed, because he had been rearrested. And then now they wanted to also arrest Gintu, because now remember the animosity aspect in this environment. And when I started the video, I also gave a history of the animosity between the MARWA and the MWANGO family with Gintu and Mogesi. That aspect of the flooding at the villa, and the way Gintu and Mogesi in their immaturity began to take videos. And then MARWA was so mad at them and came around and took them out of the villa. And since then, it became a no-bounds area. And then now the abuses began, because Mogesi was like, he has to abuse, he has to unleash his dragon, he has to share. Yeah. So, Lucy, that is exactly what happened. Yeah. That is exactly what happened. So, let's be looking at something else here. I'm getting to also get to see what other reactors did. Yeah, it's not a good day for her. It was not. Because actually, if you looked at that Mercedes Benz for Matix, they really got there. The rich babies, they are saying that they once used to be called the Donkey family. Now they are the Mercedes, German machines only, you know. So they are German machines only, and they had to arrive in style in the new Mercedes Benz that MARWA has finally said that even any time it rains, it will never step on the road. And yet he's telling people he has made the best road. I don't know now why he fears that his vehicle cannot use that road, and he has said that he has constructed the road for the community. So is his vehicle special than any other person's vehicle? Of course, we understand it's an expensive vehicle, but then if he wants that road to be the best, he has to tarmac it, not just to put some rocks here and there, even though it is in a better state than it was for the villagers. But for him, because I kept saying that MARWA has decided to make this road not because of the villagers, and people were not getting it. They were saying, after all, people will use it. Yes, they'll use it. But if I decide, for example, to put, let's say, street lights, because I want security to my home when I become an MP or a women representative, yes, the villagers will benefit, or people will stay around me. But what was the motive? You know, I always like to look at the motive. Philosophically, a motive is one way that you look at when you are not using the utilitarian argument, and instead you are using the aspect of consequential. I don't know whether you people are getting me. Consequential argument of philosophy, we look at the consequence. On the other side, when you look at utilitarian, you look at the process, the motive. So what was the motive? He did this road because he and ROCIO knew that they had paid for the vehicle, the Mercedes for Matix, when they were in Argentina. They had splashed around almost, is it 14 million, from what he said yesterday. So he had splashed that money, and you cannot throw that money to the trench and leave the road as poor as it was. So he made that road intentionally, knowing that he wants the very, okay, you have taken me back to university utilitarian. Yeah, the aspect of consequentialism and utilitarian and all that, you know. So he was looking at, the motive of making the road to 1.5 kilometers was to ensure that his expensive vehicle was going to land on the best road. And that is why we saw during review yesterday, he said, when it rains, even when I'm in heaven, even when I'm in heaven, nobody should drive that car on that road. He said even one light is 200,000. And he warned Gitriba that if anything goes wrong, he should know that he can sell his land to make that vehicle, because that kind of money cannot be found anywhere, you know. So as far as he was making the road to benefit even the rest of the villagers, I don't think anyone should be blamed if they don't go about the road also to help, because actually other people have other businesses for now. Just like I said, if I decide to make floodlights to my house, maybe 1 kilometer away, I can't blame people for not coming to help. I should plan for that, have labor for that, because my intention, or rather motive, is driven different from the rest of the people around me, even if they'll have spillover benefits. So guys, at the end of the day, you actually learn something from this. And this is my perspective, because I said I always look at things differently. You may look at them differently. It's all right. But you cannot come here and tell me that you should congratulate him. After all, they'll use it. Let the family be blessed. And of course, who wants them to be cursed? No one. No one wants them to be cursed. All of us want everybody to be blessed. But then when you are blessed, how do you use the blessings? How do you use the blessings? Somebody who goes to church all the time and stands at the pulpit and says 70 times, 7 times, that is how you forgive people. You say love your neighbors as you love yourself. How difficult is it to apply the same? How difficult? Yeah, how difficult? So guys, I'm so appreciative. And actually, Lucy, I'm looking forward to having some people who will be helping me to moderate and maybe advise me, because actually in this world of YouTube, you need advice. You need even people to inform you about certain topics to discuss, also to give you hints about some things. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to actually having you. I've seen you are always devoted. You are here supporting me. And if actually I found you as my moderator, I'll be so happy. So happy. Because with you and maybe some other people will come by, you will help me also to control the kind of messages that come in. You actually side chat those people who will be expecting me to respond to messages that are not directly related to my topic, and then give me a way forward. You know, this is a world that needs moderators. Without them, sometimes you get kind of disoriented during a presentation. I think you saw what I watched Nairobi Teacher, and yesterday he was flaring on emotions and directly getting to abuse someone directly on the site. And sometimes it can actually pull away some people who are watching right then. So I'm so appreciative. I have to go to my other channel, which is known as Live Saga TV, and do something political, because I do here entertainment, educational, and reaction videos, while on Live Saga TV, my other channel, I always do political reactions and sometimes murder mysteries. Yeah, so guys, continue supporting. All has been possible. Let's have a good night for those who have a night, and for those who have a day, have a good day. Otherwise, thank you and bye for now. Wacha kufanya na sijamaliza nika post. Hey, what is wrong with him?